Formula One cars are the absolute pinnacle of human engineering, monsters of speed and precision, capable of cornering at forces that would crush a normal person. Yet, these multi-million-dollar machines struggle with a basic task your road car does every day: driving in reverse. Why is it so difficult? According to FIA Article 9.3.1, every car must be equipped with a reverse gear. But for teams, it's a technical burden they'd rather avoid. In a sport where every gram counts, the reverse gear is made as small and light as possible. It is a token gear designed for survival. Unlike your road car, you can't just shift into reverse. The process is a slow, deliberate engagement nightmare that requires specific conditions. The car must be at a complete dead stop in neutral. The driver often has to hold a specific combination of buttons to prevent accidental engagement. Then there is the cooling crisis. F1 cars are passive cooling machines, meaning they rely on high-velocity air being forced into their sight. When the car moves backward, that airflow vanishes. Without air moving through the radiators, the engine and electronics can overheat in mere seconds. Visibility is another massive hurdle. Drivers sit so low in the carbon fiber survival cell that they are essentially lying down on the floor. Between the halo structure, the Hans device restricting head movement, and tiny aero-optimized mirrors, seeing what's behind is a total guessing game. Even if the hardware holds up, the rulebook is strict. Reversing under power in the pit lane is forbidden and results in immediate penalties. Using it on track risks shattering that fragile reverse gear. A broken gearbox means a DNF, or a massive grid penalty for the next race. In the world of Formula One, if you're going backward, something is already wrong. These machines are built for one direction only: forward. Everything is designed to push the limits of physics in the pursuit of speed. When it comes to F1 engineering, reverse is just an afterthought.